Hey, good morning guys. We're in the shop again and we're gonna get started on the mini crating. But first, I gotta clean up this crazy workbench. I've had it kind of stuck with all the parts laying around, but because we're working on the body of the Mega Crating, and then we started another project, and then we got this project left over from the Mega Crating, and that's the Mega Crating XL. So we're gonna get our lights turned on. I'm gonna clean up this bench and we're gonna get her done. Bam! Clean workbench. Check this little guy out. Man, this truck looks so good. Well, I guess we're gonna have to go ahead and start on the bottom because I know that's what y'all want. Let me get my head cam set up and we're gonna peel this thing off and check it out. All right, let's do this. So I got my thing on my hat, okay? So it doesn't look like I'm quite in frame yet. And it doesn't look like I'm in the middle. Which way does it need to go? This is center. I mean, it's pretty close. I can probably adjust that. Okay, I think we're right. Let's look. I would say we're good. All right, let's do it. Oh, let's see how this thing comes apart. Let's take the body off first. I don't think I got the body on quite right. Little doodad there. Yeah, it was stuck. Okay, so we got this thing. We are going to, I think my stand is bigger. Oh, maybe I need that one. Or maybe I need to go this way. No, not quite big enough. So we'll go with another. I'm just gonna put it on the ground for now. All right. Pretty excited to tear into this thing. Pretty excited to bring you guys along with me. I got a loose plan on how I'm gonna make it. Now what I'm doing here, what I'm gonna do here, I don't know if these are gonna have different length bolts. So I'm gonna put these just like they come out. And I recommend to do that anyway. Look, even their part ain't quite conformed, but it's got enough screws on it. That's what's going on. Ooh, how are we getting into that? So you guys are out on the bill of a hat. Oh, I see. Okay. Oh, that's part. Look, this bumper setup is part of the hinge pin arrangement. Okay, I think that'll create its own unique set of challenges as well. So, and you see how I got those things lined up over there? I think, so my screen has cut off. So let's see what's happening here. It looks like that wherever I'm looking, we're right on track. I'm liking this. I'm liking it a lot. So, yeah, you see I'm looking right at the truck. And, I mean, looks pretty good. I just need to be out in the middle of the table with the hat on in this position. All right, so let's, okay, we're gonna pull a bumper. Let's try to do it without pulling the hinge pins out. We don't wanna, I'm trying to leave it as undisturbed as I can for right this second. Okay, look, oh, theirs ain't even flat. I was worried about how it's gonna lay. Theirs ain't even flat. But, look at this. See, we gotta check this thickness, but now you see our part has to be the same thickness as their part to this point so that the bumper can still go on. So we got to be aware of that. Oh, you guys didn't get that very flat. I'm wondering if it's the chassis that's not flat. Either way, we're about to find out. Okay, and this is the long screw, and that screw goes up into the ESC mount for whatever, that's probably one of the ESC mount screws, if you can see that, what I'm pointing at. Looks like you can. I'll get better with this thing. Right now I'm still doing a lot of double checking and making sure that me and you are looking at the same thing, and it sure looks that way. And this is an Insta360 Go 3S that I bought last year when we went and did the, oh, look at the cute little hinge pin holder. Oh, look how cute. Maybe we'll have to make some of those. I wonder. Yeah, you see it's going into plastic like the other 3S vehicles. It would have been real nice if there was a, you know, what if we could put, what? I wish we could slide this entire assembly forward, but we can't because of that. Anyway, let's worry about what we're here to worry about right now. What is all this dust on a fresh, clean table? This table's been dirty for months, ever since we started the Mega Creighton. Oh, can you see when I look up? Can you see when I look up at that? No, you can't. It's got to be in this field of vision right here. But that's what we want it for, so we're cool. Okay, but the Mega Creighton is up there. Mega Creighton XL is up there. That has been taking up this workbench for months. And we're at the final stage of it because we're just waiting on the body. And I made the body fit and I sent it to him. So, I mean, we should be pretty darn close. Okay, so that's where we're at. Let's take a look at this thing. I mean, looks simple enough. Let's, see, I'm thinking, you see, they're bending it too. See, I'm thinking, yeah, see, I'm thinking we just do, I got some 3mm stock that my dad used to make racing chassis out of. And this is 2mm. Okay, 2.5, I think. No, 2mm, 80. So what are we gonna do, guys? I'm thinking that we need to, make it out of a piece of flat stock, 3mm flat stock, and then we'll make it from this side, and then we'll cut it down to this point, and then we'll bend it. That should be an easy bend. See, they're just stamping it. Bam! One shot. So the 3mm 7075 is still going to be, it's not going to be cheap. 7075 has gone up significantly. It seems like it goes up every time I freaking order it. But I wonder how many of these I can put in a 6-inch piece. Maybe bam, bam, like that. And then lay them out. We got these little teeny 3mm bolts. It's very hard to use 3mm bolts in fixtures because the bolts wear out so quick because they're so tiny, and you're trying to, you know, run it in with something like this, or we use the Milwaukee drills out in the shop, so we might have to back it off and use a DeWalt. Even the DeWalts with the ratchet, the screws are so small that it gets really challenging. So I'm gonna break off and I'm gonna go spray paint this gray, because that's the first thing we always do so the scanner can see it. And then we're gonna scan a part together and we'll get to it, guys. This is gonna be fun. And now that I got this thing on the on my hat bill, it's gonna be so much better, guys. Hopefully you like this point of view, because this is coming straight how I see it. And hopefully I wish it was like glasses. That's like the next level. I looked at those Meta glasses last year and they'll only do 1 minute. So, I mean, maybe they'll improve, maybe they'll get better and get something that'll connect like this, because that would be the ultimate. Anyway, let's get to work. Oh, I figured I might as well take you guys with me. Come on. Oh. Oh, you know what? I probably got a can of that going out here. I'm gonna take it just in case. Let's go. There's Kylie. She's working hard. Ooh, look at that. That's my sexy baby right there. I do have a can of this open right now. This is black. We need gray. Okay, so I wonder if I should use this one. I'm gonna show you guys a trick right now. With spray paint, I don't have a little hook to hang this from. This is my garage, guys. This is my hobby right here. This is my favorite car I ever had. It's a 2016 Corvette. It's a Z51. Super cool, super fun to drive. Very fast. Not as fast as that old C5 out there though. This is my hobby. This is what I do in my free time. Right now I'm restoring a 70 Chevelle. I got it down to bare metal, new quarters, fun stuff. I'm waiting on my buddy to show up. We're gonna sandblast the frame and the rear end and get moving on that. I'm looking for something to spray paint on. I should probably mute this and fast forward through all of it. I usually have something, but my garage is kind of in chaos, as you can see. I'll cut some of this stuff out. Well, we can just do it out there. Let me, so we're gonna have to spray, we're gonna sandblast all this stuff too. So we're gonna, see the scanner likes gray spray paint. It needs, this is a high build filler primer, and the scanner really likes the high build stuff because it gives it a little bit of texture. So what we're gonna do, now I'm gonna show you guys a trick to keep your spray cans alive real quick. Where is my brake cleaner? Every time I'm done, because these things get clogged up, every time I'm done, I peel the top off of one of these and I close my eyes because this stuff will get in your eyes, and I spray through the tip, and you'll keep a can of spray paint going for a long time. It won't get all clogged up and die. Anyway, fashion tip right there, a little trick you guys might or might not know. We can take this one back in there, and we will, look at Mr. John, he's going out there to check the mail. Okay, so we're gonna let that dry, then we're gonna flip it over because we're gonna scan both sides. I don't want to, I don't even need to scan both sides, but I want to get the whole STL drawing going. Or I want to get the whole STL file created so I can create a good solid off of it. Let's give that about 10 minutes and it'll be dry. My luck, it'll rain. Let's see what's happening out in the shop today. Oh, let's see. Setting up the screw machine. What's up?
Well, he didn't drop it, but the machine dropped a 1/2-inch key cutter and broke it.
That sucks.
Yeah. I don't know why. I went back and forth between the same 3 tools. It didn't lose its place. Arm is fine.
That was a $100 mistake. The machine dropped the tool. We just had him in here fixing that. If y'all remember from How Did I Do That episode 7. What's up?
What are you doing?
Filming.
Oh, you're filming me?
Yeah. Oh. All right, so I'm gonna, oh, look, the printers are going. I don't know how much of that you guys can see, but I'm just gonna stay focused on the bench. So we don't need this can yet. I'll cut this out if it didn't work out. I'm gonna go ahead and stop recording right now. I'm gonna get the scanner set up. We are back. We're about to bust out the Artec Space Spider. I had to do update a bunch of software, and I had to update my graphics driver because I hadn't used it in a while. Now this is the Artec Space Spider. This is a high-end 3D scanning piece of equipment. It's a couple years old, I think maybe 4 years old. So it's not the latest and greatest. It was the latest and greatest when we bought it. Now you can probably do it with your phone, just about as good. I don't know about that, but let's get her plugged in. It's kind of hard to do with a hat on. But I gotta get it plugged in one of these high-speed ports back here, and then we're gonna get it plugged in here. I like to do it this way because it's got this funny little screw-on plug, which is like, it's like heavy duty, but okay. So now we got our software fired up, as you can see. So now this thing here, it always wants to get caught up right here because my shiesty desk. So we're gonna try to, now we're gonna do our scan here. Now we use a turntable because that's the easy way to do it here. We got this turntable here, but what I'm gonna do is we've got these film roll things. We got a few tools that we use here. We ain't super high tech, although I have been needing those pliers. We're gonna use this piece because what I want to do, I don't know, should I use this? I'm debating on whether I want to stand it up on here. I feel like I should stand it up on there. That way, anyway, what we're gonna do is we're gonna start a new project. So this is the new Studio 20 Professional here. I haven't used it yet. I'm hoping that it made my life easier. Okay, so we're gonna turn the scanner on here. I don't know whether I want this thing up there or not, because you see it can use this wood grain. That's why I got a wood grain desk in here. It can use this wood grain to reference to, so that it can map all these little triangles. So the scanner is warming up. So, and you have to be at just the right length, but this thing is accurate to like within a couple of thousandths of an inch. I don't know, you see how the background is kind of disappearing? I got the well, that's my finger. I got the brace is well within, range, and here's my range right here, and you can see it's telling me what I'm scanning is in or out of range, and of course you want to be perfect right there. So hopefully you were able to see that. I got to learn how to use this new hat mount, but so let's take that out and let's put this here. Okay, so now you see what I was talking about on the screen there is now I really got some reference. So I'm still waiting on the scanner to warm up. But you can see the scanner's using light. You see how it's putting this shadow? That light part right there is a shadow because it's not picking that up because it's only viewing what it's shining this pulsed light on. So, but what we'll do is we'll turn it around and we're gonna get it like this, and we're gonna get all the scan data off this thing. We might have to do it a couple of times, and off camera and stuff. But looks like we got 54 seconds, so we'll do it. And it looks like we got some new features. I'm trying to tilt up so you guys can see, so I'm kind of looking down. I don't know. I should have probably looked at the what's new, huh? We got 22 seconds left. I'll fast forward through some of this stuff. Let me look at my camera, make sure y'all are still looking right. Oh yeah, I flattened out the bill of the hat some so that I had a horizon line on here. I don't know what happened. I mean, it looks pretty straight. Anyway, let's recording paused. back to project. I don't see anything, so preview. Okay, so, and my phone's going off, of course, because I'm trying to do a video and I'm trying to do a scan, trying to make sure this thing don't get caught up down there on that screw. So let's get it the right length, and then let's do this. Okay, now you see how the green, you got the green right there on the screen? Now I'm watching the screen. I'm not watching the part per se. I'm watching the screen because I need to make sure that I keep my screen green, even though it's kind of hard to do because you're watching the screen. I don't know what's in. I'm not even going to try to make sure you're in frame right now because I don't think I'm coordinated enough to pay attention to three things. And you see, there's my wife leaving the house. I got her. She's going to go get some of those strawberries at Sam's Club. I'm addicted to those things, man. They're so tasty. And they're only like, I don't know, a couple of 100 calories for 4 or 5 pieces. But I'm a fatty and I sit there and eat 10 pieces. But still, it's still a good deal for the calories and the amount of stuff you get, I reckon. They're probably freaking growing in a laboratory and killing me, but they sure taste good. So, hopefully, you guys can see what I'm scanning here. And hopefully I'm scanning it just right because I really need the sides of this thing. That's why I think I should end up going back and putting it on the, I really think I should go back and put it on the clear thing, on this thing here. Let's see what that looks like. Because this is version 20. Oh. Okay, I'm back. So, I got that side of it done, as you can see. And you can see on the screen there, I'm betting that you guys couldn't see what I was doing. But, it looks like I got a pretty decent shot of the sides. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go flip it over and I'm going to scan the back side. But look, it's wanting to tilt on me, which may be a good thing. Or it may not be. Let me go tell you what, I'm going to get a little piece of putty. Because we got this putty here. Trying to make sure you guys can see. You see, we got this putty that's called something about museum clay, museum putty or something. So what I'm going to do is I can put this down right here. Now, that's what I probably should have done in the first place. Okay, so it's not quite centered. So let's use 2 pieces. Let's quit messing around with it. Let's just see this stuff here. I guess it never gets unsticky. We'll use a couple of pieces of this. All right. Now I should. Oh, I don't want to do it right there on that hole. I want it to know that that's a hole. Okay. Okay. So now this is probably what I should have done in the beginning. All right. So. Probably what I should have done from the other side. So we're going to get a scan from this side now, and then we're going to go in there and we're going to go into the software and hopefully be able to make enough match points so that this thing will come together as a solid. All right, so, okay, now you see the green, I got the green again, and that lets you know that you're in the right range. And you see this thing likes to be moved around. I need to get a little farther away or it's going to beep at me. You see? Now you see if I scan it just right and I get enough angles, I'm trying to get all these top angles first because I'm pretty sure that that I'm going to be able to get the side angles on this one, and that's going to be really nice because I'm up on this, I'm up on the clay. So I want to make sure I get all this stuff. And you see, what you're doing when you're scanning is you're taking pictures of this thing at different angles, right? So I'm trying to hold my arm at the just right distance at all these angles. Now, when I get over here on the side, it's gonna start tripping. Oh, you see? All right, so now I'm gonna try to get the side of this thing. You see, it's trying to. It doesn't like things that are super thin. Oh, it's gonna throw a fit. Oh, it's throwing a fit. Okay, so it's probably lost its place now because I let it throw a fit. All right. See, because I'm trying to pick up that thin side. Do I really have to have, do I really have to have it? I really just need the profile and the angle. But I'd like, if I can build a really nice model, why not, right? And the more, every time that light flashes, I'm taking a picture, okay? So, and it's building these pictures, and it's gonna build this model with these pictures. So I'm gonna see, I hope you guys are getting some of this at least. We'll see. I mean, okay, so now let me see what my head has to do to get you to see. Okay, so now I got to remember how to. I do remember that this thing here, the roller goes backwards. I do remember that. So I'm gonna try to. I mean, I can kind of, yeah, I can kind of see. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use that list up there. I'm gonna erase. I'm gonna pick a scan. That's gonna be group 1. Ugh. So I'm gonna pick a scan. Now I know that this is flat, right? I know that all this is flat because that's flat, obviously. So I'm gonna pick a scan, and then I'm gonna follow the steps that Chris gave me. I'm gonna go through here now. I'm gonna say tools, and I'm gonna say registration, and I'm gonna do global on each one of these scans. All right. So, and that's gonna kind of make it. It's hard to explain. Let's just run it. Okay, and you'll see this thing kind of shift when it's done. Because I'm pretty sure that, because I only have one scan selected, that it's, okay, I don't know if we caught that on camera. I was looking at the other thing. Okay, so now let's, okay, so now let's see here. Oh, I think when it pooped out on me, you see, I think it pooped out on me. The scan data is very raw at this point of the, what is that? That's new. Woo. Okay, so like I said, let's go back to tools. Let's do some registration. Let's see if we can get it to line up. Good morning, guys. We're back at it. This morning, I had to go back and rescan this thing. I I'm too out of practice from not using this thing to do a scan while I'm trying to show you guys and talk about it. So I went back and did another really good scan, and I went over it from this direction because I feel like that's going to be the easiest to deal with because of that ridge they stamped in it. So what I did is I went through and I got a really good scan, and you can see how my holes have got really good, you know, it looks like a circle is what I'm saying. So now that I've got all the background erased, I think I showed you guys that yesterday. Now that I've got all the background erased, trying to keep you in frame, we're still learning about this camera. So I'm trying to, now we're doing our registration. Can you see that list of things to do on the wall right there? I'll try to zoom in. There's a list of things to do on the wall right there. And we go down that list. My Trimec guy gave me a kind of a step-by-step, and I wrote it down, and that's what we've been using. So now we've already erased the background. We did a global, which is a registration, and now we erased the background, and now we're gonna do global. We only have one item, so we don't need to do separate. So now we're gonna do a global registration here, and we're just gonna hit play, and we're gonna see what it does. It's moving pretty quick. We're gonna be using this thing a lot. What is all that? I wonder what all that is. I'm not quite sure what all this, you know, this thing's so sensitive it will pick up dust in the air. I'm not sure what all this is. So I don't know what that is. It might be because I'm in points mode. You can see that I'm in points. The rendering mode is points. Let's click it on solid. Oh no. Yeah. Let's undo that. Okay, so I don't know what happened right there, but I went and erased, and now it's doing a registration. I don't know what this means because I haven't used this HD scan reconstruction. I need to go and do the I need to go and look at the what's new. I think we should jump into the settings here. Keyframe. I don't know what that's supposed to be, but I know I need to be looking at things less than 5 millimeters for sure. Let's go 0.5. I don't know what these settings are. These are new settings, but let's try to run it again and see what happens. Hopefully we don't get no excess stuff this time. I don't know what's happening here, guys. I don't know what that is doing. I don't know why that's occurring. I don't know. We paid all this money for the scanner. It's very hard to use. This is like super high dollar pro scanner. I put myself in debt to get it back then. It's paid off now, finally. It's definitely frustrating to use when it's not doing what it's supposed to do. Let's try. Let's try doing it again. And let's see if we do an outlier removal, which you can see right there. Let's try that. And hopefully we can. Hopefully it'll delete all that. I'm sure I'll take some of this stuff out because it's being actually really kind of frustrating right now. And I know a lot of you guys are probably going to call me out and be like, oh, dude, I can scan better than that with my camera on my phone, dude. This is 2026, dude. And that's probably true, but it is what it is. So let's go. Let's just try to do our fusion. Let's adjust our settings. Fill holes with radius under 5 millimeters. I don't know. I'm gonna make that 0.5 because I need those holes in this thing. Sharp fusion. I do know this needs to be 0.1 millimeter. It's really not usually this difficult, to be quite honest. I can fast forward through some of this stuff. Let's see if you guys are in frame though. Yeah. It's kind of a wide view. I mean, really, I just need a model I can get my hole positions and profile out of. I don't even think the thing's flat. Oh, that looks pretty nice. I mean, I can work with it. Because I can see okay, see what this thing does? You see that right there? You see how it kind of tries to figure out what's going on because it can't see the bottom of that hole. You see how the edge of that hole is distorted. So, but I do have the part, I do have a pair of calipers, and you know what I mean? We did do all this before they had scanners, so I kind of use, I mean, it looks pretty decent. I'm concerned about this thing not being flat. No, my museum stuff, probably gonna rip the primer off of it. Museum putty, it works really good. It's good stuff. It doesn't really matter on there now. But to see this thing, this is just a stamping. It ain't even close to flat. That's why it was bouncing around on the bottom of the truck. I mean, once it's secure, it's secure. You're not worried about it. So, I'm gonna guess this is gonna be 6 to 7 degrees. We're gonna find out. So let me get this thing, and the next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna get this thing into plane. Oh, I got this stuff on my freaking mouse now. The next thing we're gonna do is get it into plane. There's a lot more this software can do. This is version 20 that I had to download. I had to do a bunch of updates and all that stuff. At this point, I have a fusion model. All right. So what we're going to do is I'm going to take this and I'm going to try to get this thing in plane. I really don't have a flat edge. Maybe see I got these two edges are flat. Okay. I'm gonna try to generate a plane off these two, up here and here. Let's give it a shot. We're gonna go over. So we're back over here on this computer. I forgot a step. In order to get my planes aligned properly, I got to come over here and construct planes. And what it'll do is, that's one of the really good things about this software, is I can select this mesh, and I can select the mesh, and you see this little thing here? This is a plane. So now, when I rotate up, it's gonna take that curved surface and it's gonna average it and make it flat. You see how right there, you see how the curve of the surface kind of takes it off that flat plane? But what it does is it analyzes that, and it's hard to zoom in and out on this thing because it's backwards from SolidWorks and every other piece of software. But and you can see the little gap right there. Okay, but what it's doing is it's averaging that out, and I was also able to put a plane here. Okay, so that I can get that angle. I'm sure it's going to be 7 degrees because that's normal for a Creighton. But just because it's normal, this is a whole new platform. I wouldn't think they'd change it, but we're gonna find out. So now, when we go over here into the editor and we do our rough positioning, now you see we're in these. We got this plane already set up, but now we have. Let's see. Let's go. We'll go XOYO this plane, and we'll just align it to that surface. Or no, precise. Align it with a plane. Okay, so we'll align. Plane 1 was the side, and we'll align that with, let's say, XOYO. Bam! See, now I'm dead flat in that plane. You see that, guys? We're dead flat in that plane now. So now we're aligned there, right? So now we're gonna align. We're gonna align plane 3 with XOZO. Bam. Okay, so now we're dead straight in this plane, and we're dead straight in this plane. Now we're going to export our model. I really hope I can export these planes, but I don't think they come out. I'll see you guys over there. Now we got something we can work with. See how clean that is now? That was the step I was missing. So we'll go to the top, go to front. You see how it's nice and in line now with this front plane? See that? See that imaginary line right there? That's for the front plane. See, now we have something we can work with much easier. I had forgotten that step. I'm gonna get to it. So it's a little while later, ate me some lunch, took care of some other stuff, and we're pretty much done here. So what I did is I came in here and I got the alignment lines done. Okay, this is what all this is. Let's turn this off. So what I did first is I got my alignment lines done, and I got this thing aligned in XYZ space, right, in 3D space. Okay, then I created some surfaces to trim to because I needed to take off all this trash that was on the bottom that would have given me a bad profile, right? So then, after I got rid of that stuff and got it out of the way, I turned the mesh back on, and then I went to a top view once I knew I was perpendicular to it, and I created lines, and I also measured the part as I was going. I created lines, zoom way in and create lines on these on the edges of the mesh, right? And then I measured, and this was pretty easy. I really didn't even have to use the mesh because it was a pretty straightforward part to measure with a caliper and just make the circles. So I came up with half of that. Okay, and then we went up back to the alignment, level, because what we needed to do was we needed to figure out exactly where this bend was, and that's like 218 millimeters from the end, or I forget the number. I wrote it down on here. It's 1.516. 1.516 from this edge, but we had to come up with that intersection because I have to move these holes, because these holes, the direct dimension that I got with the caliper for these holes is not correct because we're on the 7-degree angle. Okay, so then I drew these alignment lines, and then I took the intersection point of those lines on the surfaces of the angle and the flat. I took the intersection point, and then I created a point from my circle here and my circle here. I created a straight line down, and then where that line intersected with the top of the line here that I made for the angle, where that line intersected, I made a point. Okay, and where the center line of this hole intersected this line, I made another point. Then I rotated those about the intersection point of these two lines, this point here, And this point here moved about 2 thou, and this point here moved about 11 thou, because it's farther away. In the x-axis, it's farther away and higher up on the angle, which gives you your angular error. So after I got all that done, then we were able to finally come up here and create some geometry. We created some geometry here, and as you can see, I moved these holes out to be parallel with this point from the top plane. So if you're not confused enough by now, I mean, that's what these How Did He Do That videos are about, right? Hopefully I'm explaining it in a way y'all can understand. So we got it aligned, we got our geometry drew, we compensated for the angle by figuring out where the bend point was. We compensated for the angle, then we drew this, and now we're going to extrude this into a solid, and then we're gonna have to trim the front here to where the bumper goes, and then we're gonna print a sample and see how it fits the truck. We'll get back. We'll see you there. Printed part came out pretty nice. Looks like I wanted it to. So now I'm doing this just like I was gonna be doing it on the machine. We got a dimension here. Let's make a mark. 1.516, which is actually a metric number. We'll go 514, 516, 515, close enough. So what I'm gonna do, I mean, we can't run this in the bender, you know. I'll get a little divot right there. I'm just giving myself a little line here, and I'm just gonna take the thing with a torch, heat it up, put it in the vise at that line, and see what happens here. Let me put this thing in my pocket so we can go together. This thing is so cool. I'm so happy with it now. I was so unhappy until I figured out the right settings, which is 100% my fault. Let's put a mark on here. And that's gonna get me a good enough reference. Let's go out here. Let's grab our blowtorch. Probably. Can I do it in here? Let's grab the part. You get it reasonably the same. It's not going to be exact, and it doesn't have to be because it's plastic. So let's go out here. Here, we'll use this vise. Oh God, what are they doing over here? This is where we put together our tooling for the screw machines. Killing me, Smalls. All right. Just so you guys know that you can bend just about anything using the method that I'm going to use right here. It'll be about right. You know, I've bent sheet metal. Oh, whoa, well, I guess I heated that up too much, huh? Here, I got way too flimsy, way too fast. Let's just lay it right there. Let's get this guy right here. That didn't go like I planned it. I got it way too hot, way too quick. This is just TPU, you know? That was unexpected, but we got it. Beautiful day outside. Look at Michael's car. Sitting in the grass like that. Looks sexy. Okay. Oh, I'm supposed to start that file printing, but we're busy. We don't have time for that. Cut on all the lights. Let's cut them both on. I need to make that all on one switch. One day. Okay. So, let's put we're just going to stick a couple of screws in. Kind of see how everything's feeling. Okay, so that goes here. That there. We're gonna put let's just put one in here. Alright, that guy's gonna go there. Put one in here. And this guy can go right here. And this plastic is going to conform to the truck, of course. Uh-oh, where's my hole? What's going on here? Looks like I lost some distance there. Oh. Yeah, it's stretch back a little. You can see where it's kind of puffed up. But you know what? I bet I can unstretch it. That's a bummer. So much for heating up the plastic and bending it, huh? Okay. Well, that plan didn't work. But you gotta have faith, right? We'll stretch it again. Right? Don't get scared now, right? Yeah, I just lost a little. Well, I'm looking through these holes right now. Gotta have faith, right? Yeah, I smushed it up a little bit and it didn't work out quite like I wanted it to. See? That's the way it goes sometimes. Kind of a bummer. So let's get a screw in right here. Let's put a screw in the front and that'll pull the whole thing, I think. That'll get us going. You guys are like, this dude's a hack, huh? Well, I kind of scrapped the part when I melted it, so that's the way that went. I got it lined up with those. What a hack, huh? Don't worry. That's what she's gonna look like. That's kind of that's kind of the interface I was looking for. That's actually gonna work out just right. Hopefully you guys can see what I'm looking at. That was kind of shysty, wasn't it? But this interface is what I was most concerned with. And we got the, it won't work like that in metal, I rest assured. And if it does, I'll fix it. So there's that. Okay. All right. I'd say we're ready. Now, the bummer is I'm going on a special trip this weekend and we're out of time today. So we'll catch back up on Tuesday. I just got done with the program. Mikey just got done with the fixture, and that's what we ended up with. Same part we've been looking at, but we're fixing to see it in metal. Let's go. We're out here on the Mini. We got a little sample piece of stock, and we got our fixture made. Don't look nice. Stay tuned. As we're wrapping up the first one. Now this one's out of 6061, just so we can test the bend and all that stuff. No sense in wasting expensive stock. She's coming through right now. Oh yeah. Oh, don't get out of focus. This is the finishing touch right here. Oh, look at all that hopping and wasting time. I think that's it. All right. What's happening, guys? Good morning. It's Saturday morning. We're about to get back on the mini Creighton brace. Dude, I had such a crazy week. You know, we went to Texas this weekend. We hang out with Brett Allen and his cousin Byron. Those guys were so fun to hang out with. You've been watching the videos all week. I've been so head over heels busy that I hadn't even had a chance to review my footage to make my video. But I'm gonna get it done, don't worry. But I felt like the mini Creighton brace and some other things took a lot more precedence than getting the video done, of course, because I gotta keep the shop running. But I just wanted to give a huge shout out to Brett and Byron. Thanks so much for taking me out. That was my first skate park bash, and man, I am hooked. There's nothing like the skate park. I get it now why you guys keep tearing up the trucks at the skate park, because I tore that one up. But I did land that one jump. I'm very proud of that one. The rest of them, not so much. But me and my wife had a great time. We even went down to Area RC and visited Mark Santa Maria. Shout out to Mark Santa Maria. Got an awesome shop down there, right down the street from Traxxas. Go check it out if you get a chance. And if you hadn't subscribed to Life of Ballin' on YouTube, definitely give him a like and a sub, because he's doing some great content, and man, he's just having some fun. I'm gonna put the hat cam on, and we're gonna get out there because I need to work with my hands. So we're gonna get out there. We're gonna get this mini Creighton brace set up and running, and we're gonna get it on the bender, and we're gonna have some fun, I hope. So let's do it. So we're out here in the bending room. I think I took you guys out here with me before. We got our parts laid out. Look how nice the 7075 came out. Because see, this is 6061, a little bit softer. I mean, realistically, we could probably use 6061 in this application. I don't know if 7075 is going to be too hard, but we're gonna find out. So I already went and I got the numbers off the stock one, and I set. This is where the center of the ram goes. This is a little doodad right here. You see how it's rounded? It goes like this. So I'm hoping I got you guys in focus and everything. So what I did is I came out here and I set my 1.515 number right there. I know I'm not gonna get you in focus on this one, but I lined up the end of my caliper with the center line of these two little doodads. So let me see and make sure that we're looking all in the same place. Yeah, it's looking pretty good. Anyway, so looks like we're good to go. So I'm gonna look up, I don't know, see these are our chassis setup sheets. I don't know, see, I don't see any, I don't have anything to reference. I think the MBX8 was 3mm, okay, that's 3mm. So nose bend, 3.2, but I don't see the ram. 1581 for 10 degrees on a side bend, end bend, nose bend, looks like around 1648. So let's see what 1648 looks like. So this is some K-bend stuff right here, just so you know. This is a Niagara IB25-5-6. All right, so this sucker is old. I never figured out how old it is, but I mean, this sucker is old. Okay, so right now we're at 1673 on the height, and we want to be, what was that? Let's go 1648-ish. And we got a little knob over here. So 1673. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna creep up on it. Let's just see what it's gonna do. So I'm gonna get you in close. This is how this machine works. All right, so I'm gonna try to stop right there at the bottom of the stroke. I mean, realistically, that's probably a pretty good place to start. Hopefully, let's check and see if we're level. Where's my little level at? Okay, we're just gonna have to roll with it. If we're a little crooked, we're a little crooked. Okay, so luckily, the way this is set up, we got 2 chances because it's the same thickness here as it is here. So I actually got 2 chances at it. I got my protractor here. This is 1673. That's gonna do something. Okay, I'm gonna go up a little. I don't know. That's 1698. I don't think it affects the stroke yet. We're gonna creep up on it. We're gonna start at 1698. I want to get 95. I don't know if you guys can see that. And let's just put one in and see what happens. All right, it won't shoot 60-61 through the roof, but okay, so that was nothing. Maybe a degree. So let's go. Now you gotta remember, guys, I'm gonna go 5. You gotta remember, guys, I don't run this machine. Mr. John is usually the one out here running it. And Luis is out here setting it up. So last time I did this was probably 3 or 4 years ago. I hope you guys can see. Let me see where you're at. Let's find out. I can clip some of this out. Okay, yeah, I mean, I really like this hat cam thing. Okay, so we're at 1690. I went down 5. That did something. Let's see. Let's check our distance. Hey, that was a darn good eyeball. Tell you what. Okay, so we're gonna have to. I'm not liking how that is. So we tried at 1680 and see what happens. Okay, that did something. Now we got a bend in it. See? Okay, so let's see where we're at. We're looking for about 7 degrees. I think it's 7.3. We're about. I don't know if you guys can see that. We're about 2.5 right now. So we might end up at. Oh, we shouldn't have stuck my hand in there like that. Do as I say, not as I do, guys. But I'm also 3 feet away from the pedal and it's not very fast. Okay, so if I went 2 degrees with 10, let's go with 10 more. Now we're at 1670. Let's go 10 more and see what happens. We're getting somewhere. You see this has a different, we're missing already. I missed. Well, maybe not. Maybe not. I don't know if it's dead center, but see, it's stretching out those holes, and it's stretching out those holes on the stalker too. You can see where I marked the line. Oh, 7. Let's go find out. So I will have to make it different on the 70-75 part, of course. It's gonna be a different number, but the 70-75 doesn't start shattering until you're doing like a big long bend, like a nose bend. It'll bend pretty easy. All right. Cross your fingers, cross your toes. Don't cross your eyes. You can't see like that. Let's see where we're at. Maybe I need to trim the sides a little bit. So, I think my profile might be just a touch too big. Yeah, maybe peel 5 off the profile. No? No, I mean, that's a nice fit. Oh, let's get a... Okay, and I've already calculated the depth so that you can reuse your stock screws. Let's see what we're looking like. I know you guys aren't going to be able to see into the holes with me, but... thought I had 7 degrees. I think it's a little bit too wide out here. Maybe I need to take off about 10. I hope you guys can see what I'm doing. It kind of defeats the purpose if you can't. Something's going on here. I'm gonna have to. You guys won't have to press this hard. These are prototypes. Oh, I see it. There's a big old gap right there. So, yeah. I should have laid one of these in here before I came back in here on it. Okay, so you see there's a gap. But that gap is also on the, it's to sandwich this bumper. So let's just see what it looks like. Because it sure looked like 7 degrees to me. And like I said, there we go. Yeah, something's wrong because we're lifting up. Okay, so we've got a little bit of work to do. And we need to find out where that work is. So I'm gonna have to reevaluate, and I'm gonna pull a number from here to there, because I believe maybe something's going on with that number. Let's see. I'm gonna eyeball center line there. I got 1.270 to the bend there from the center line. Yeah, see? Okay, so I must have miscalculated my bend distance, but that's okay. That's okay. Let's figure out where we're gonna measure that from. I'm gonna measure this from here. Let's get in line with this. 6.950. You can see how I'm on center line right there. I'm gonna call it 6.950 from there. From the center line of the second set of holes, and that'll give me a number I can oh shit. Let's get it up here a little closer to level. Oh no, now I need a parallel. Well, what we're dealing with here now is, see, I need to get across that. What the? Dude, it's 8 degrees. No freaking way. Oh, damn if it ain't. It's freaking 8 degrees. Okay. I mean, okay. You know what's crappy is that I was at 8 degrees. Let's go see if we can get it back there. What's happening, guys? So now we're gonna start on the brace. We're over on the Insta360, and I'm gonna put this thing on the hat. Shout out to Lou52RC. When I got back, he had this shirt. He had mailed it to me. Thanks so much. Shout out to Lou52RC. Give him a like and subscribe too. Very cool guy. Does a lot of great content. But now let's get back to work. So My thinking on this brace is I'm gonna make it out of 6061 because we're holding this thing down with 3 millimeter screws. And you can see this is the only screw with any length to it. And this chassis is gonna need to flex. This is a plastic truck. So 7075 is gonna be too hard, and I think it's gonna rip the threads out of the plastic. So we're gonna go with 6061. I got some material out here that we're gonna use. It's a little too big to make this part, and it's a little too small to make two parts, but we should be able to get one part out of it for the prototypes. So come along, I'm gonna put you on the hat, let's go. We're on the hat. Shout out to Telvin Calvert, Dose RC, and a couple other guys on that one video where I was asking for advice about getting the camera set up, and it was the frame rate was the problem and the lighting a little bit. Those guys gave me some good tips. Some other guys gave me some good tips. My memory ain't the best. Shout out to all you guys. So I already got the compressor fired up. I got the machine fired up. I already took the part off. Back out at the bender. I wonder what happened to my horizon line. Anyway, we're back out at the bender. I've already got my stop set at 1.525. You see, this is our stop back here, and we got to get it set. I didn't want to try to do this with the camera on, but hopefully you can see that the bottom of that caliper is lined up with the center line of these two little doodads that do this every time we bend a part. That lets the part flex and bend. So all we're going to do now is going to get our bender set up, right? Going to get our bender set up, and we're going to be able to check it. This bender is older than I am, older than my dad, I believe. I mean, this thing is old. But anyway, let's see. Let's turn it on now. Our adjustment, I'm gonna have to go back like to an old Mugen MBX8 because that's a 3 millimeter chassis, and it looks like the nose bend was at about 1648. Now, that's 7075 chassis material, so I'm thinking, I don't know, we're gonna have to guess at it because this number is the number that you set, but we don't really know what it means, but we know that it sets the depth of this ram at the end of its stroke. So, check this machine out. I'm gonna fire it up and you'll hear this thing kick on. And when I push this handle right there, see this big old flywheel that's spinning? It's when I push that foot pedal, it pulls that rod and engages this big old clutch and makes this ram travel like this. And it's on kind of a cam system. It does this, and that's how that works. Anyway, if we're looking for 1648, then we are. Let's go. See, we're guessing because this isn't actually a number. This isn't actually a number. I hope you can see that. That means anything that we know of. It meant something back then, I'm positive of that. But we don't know what it means. So, but you adjust it here. Now I'm gonna push this button and it'll move a couple. If you got, hopefully you guys can see that. I'm gonna check that because I want you to, it's kind of neat. Oh yeah. It ain't the brightest, but you'll be able to see it on the screen. Okay, so, and I'm gonna adjust that 1644. So we're gonna say 16. Let's go 1660. Now you see, and it's hard to, and you always want to get the backlash out of the machine. So you kind of got to bump it in. Like if I go past 1660, I'm gonna try that right there. See, if I go past that, then I gotta go up and climb back down. Let's see where 1660 ends up. Because this is the width of the nose of the chassis brace. See, it's right about there, and that width is how we set our pressure. Okay, based on the width. Like when we're doing a side bend on a chassis, that's why we got this extra pieces of material here. See, like that, that's probably, that's for an 8S chassis. That's a sample, and when we do the nose bend on an 8S chassis. So he cuts a few pieces like I just did. So let's see what she's gonna do at 1660, whatever that means. You guys gotta cut me a little slack. I hadn't ran this machine in probably 4 years. because I taught Louise how to run it, and I shouldn't have to do it after I teach somebody else how to do it, right? Well, it actually worked out that way with this particular machine. So in theory, that's the case, but that's not always the way life works out for you, if you know what I mean. Okay, first let's check we want to be dead center on that. Ooh, yeah. Oh yeah, you ain't gonna get no better than that. It don't get no better than that. Right on the center. Okay, so that's dead nuts. I'm happy with that. Now we're gonna use our angle cube. We're gonna rough it in with a protractor and get our rough measurement. Ooh, I'm so close. Now I know you guys I can't get this camera so you guys can see the light on that protractor, but I'm pretty darn close. Let's see what the angle cube says. This thing here is accurate to within 0.1 degrees. So let's see what she says. But my piece ain't long enough to get her balanced properly. So let's. Woo! 8 degrees exactly. We'll see. I mean, guys, you ain't gonna get it no better than that. I can't believe I guessed it right the first time. Like I always say, even a bad dog gets a bone once in a while. All right, so the part should be done running. I've been out here a few minutes, getting it all set up and everything. 1660. Let's go out here and check, see what's going on with our part. I'm gonna take you guys with me. If I run out of camera battery, then so be it. But it's just us today. I'm all wiped out on coffee and Mountain Dew, so we're gonna have some fun. See what it looks like. Okay. All right, what do we got? I'm gonna call that good, guys. See, what I do is I toe clamp the outside of the material, right? And then I drill these holes through the material to secure it after I make the features that are close to it. So, make sure I got all the way around. Oh, I should have checked that before I took it off. That was a mistake. I should not have taken that off before I checked this number. Ooh, dead nuts. Yeah, the other one, I was shooting for 845. So the other one, oh yeah, that's a good looking part right there. The other one was like 850. The sample's like 848. And the last one I pulled off was 850. So I adjusted the program. So it comes out 845. And we'll do, 845 plus or minus 2 or so. So, let's see, guys. I mean, the last part came out right? But you see, what might change it? Is these two holes. Because this distance, right? You see how it almost intersects that hole? And when you're bending material, anything that might modify the weakness, I need to go back and deburr all these holes, but anything that might modify the strength of the material is going to affect your bend. So, let's put it in here. Now, I'm gonna have to make some kind of fixture to go on here because I mean, I can get it and feel it flat right there, but I've been doing this for many years, and I got a good feel for stuff. See, it moved. And Mr. John, who runs our bender, does a good job, but I'm not sure I'd trust anybody else with that feel. Cross your fingers, cross your toes, don't cross your eyes. You can't see like that. Let's see. No, it looks big. Oh no, it looks too big. Oh, let's see. He's gonna need you for a few minutes, no matter which way you slice it. Okay. All right, guys. I'm a Christian, so I'm praying to Jesus this thing's right. So, y'all can say a little prayer with me to whoever you pray to. All right, so now this one here, we're long enough to where we can just stand it up. 10.4. See, we missed. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go and I'm gonna go stick this thing. I'm 10.4. So 1660 is not the number. Remember what I was saying about the material is weaker in this area that I'm bending? That's why this one came out different. So that means we gotta bend apart. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna take this gauge, we're gonna go in the shop, we're gonna find an open vise. We're gonna have to dial that number in. He's got an open vise right here, I think. Yeah, he's got an open vise. So what we're gonna do is I'm just gonna, you see this thing, if you lay it on its back, it shows an error. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this thing and I'm gonna bend it back. I'm gonna go to right there. And I'm gonna bend it back so I can test fit the part. All right, I wonder if I could even check it in the vise. I bet I can. Because 90 minus 8 is, let's see. .25. So I mean, realistically, let's just manhandle this thing 2 degrees. Okay. 0. I don't think I moved it too much. Hopefully you guys can see what I'm doing. 6. Yeah, you see I moved it too much. .95, I'll take it. Let's double check it out here. That was pretty good, I ain't gonna lie. Okay, so let's get it here. Let's get it zeroed. .7. I'll take that. Within a half a degree is good, unless you're, I mean, for what we're doing, it's only 1.5 inches that we're measuring over. So this is definitely good enough for a fit-up part. Plus or minus half a degree, pretty standard tolerance, and it's a lot closer than, guarantee it's a lot closer than my Chinese counterparts are holding. You can bet on that. Let's go in here and let's check it. Put it on the truck. See what she looks like. Now you see, I'm pretty darn sure we're gonna be able to get this in the finished tumbler, because the finished tumbler is about this big around. You can't put super long pieces in it, but pretty sure this is gonna fit. I'm gonna have to see, but this is probably short enough to fit. And man, y'all know how bright that finished tumbler comes out. All right, here we go, boys and girls. Oh yeah. Oh, that's right. I'm gonna have a little sticker right there that's like, bam, success. So, should I flip the M2C over? It doesn't really matter, because you gotta go one way or the other. I usually have it towards me in that direction, but it's fine. It's fine. Look, y'all are like, this dude's tripping. So, let's see how this goes. Oh, yeah. You see it? It's not quite enough. It's not quite enough. So let's go out here, get our gauge, and we're gonna try to go like half a degree or something. Hopefully we can roll enough camera, because I get about 30 minutes out of the Insta360, and I'm hoping, see how confident I was, I already put my gauge away, and I'm hoping, and turn the light off. Hey, you gotta give him credit for huevos, right? Right. So let's get it to 8.5 degrees. Okay, so, because I don't think 8's enough. You see how because it lifted the end there. Now what I'm doing, I'm feeling for where that lip is, where that bend is. Because you can't see it in here. See, I'm kind of tightening the vise down and then sliding it down to that lip. eyeballing it straight and flat. I mean, I could. Okay, so right now we're reading, I need to go down here, don't I? Right now we're reading 7.75. So I'm gonna go a full degree is what I'm gonna try to do. Almost a full degree. I probably went over. I pulled kind of hard on that. 8.15. I'm gonna go. Because what we don't want is we don't want any pulling during assembly. We don't want to pull it down. We don't want it pulling up. On a brand new, I went too far. On a brand new truck. Ooh yeah, 8.35. I'm gonna take that. I'm gonna take that and I'm gonna run with it. Okay, so I hope I had a zero here. Zero. Okay, good. 8.35. Okay. Pretty sure we're good on that one. Let's see. Cut my light off. I really like the IQ gauge. We just got this recently. And I really like it. And we calibrated it with some angle blocks, and it's dead nuts. Okay, this is the fit up, guys. Hopefully we're gonna do a video and wrap up right now after I put it back together. If I'd shut up while I was walking, I could fast forward through all that. Okay, so I got it at 45. What are you doing? Push it back. Oh, yeah. Okay. So I think as long as I'm... And there she is, boys and girls. The M2C mini chassis brace. And it's gonna look even shinier than that. We're gonna, I mean, there ain't much testing to do on this. If the darn thing fits, it's gonna be fine. Now, this is 1/8" stock, so it's 3 millimeters plus 7/1000, and your screws are going to be countersunk instead of how they are with the, well, let's keep everything in order. 2, 2, 2. Because this one long screw, you got to keep in mind where this one long screw goes. That goes into the ESC, so I must have taken it apart that way. It doesn't make sense because I'm right-handed, but I'm gonna have to get that. I know the screw came out of this ESC mount. It might be over here. No, it came out of that. So that means I went 2, 2, 2. See, I mean, I get lost too. Oh, no, I was right, because these two come into this bumper from the front. So it's 2, 2, and long. So, and I countersunk that extra millimeter so that you guys, C side, the short one will go here and your long one goes there. Now guys, be careful screwing into this plastic. And what I'm gonna do, as you can see, you got a nice countersink there. Yeah, that looks sweet. Now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go through and I'm gonna try to see if we can get longer hardware for this, into this thing. So I'm gonna have to go through here with a pick, right? Something smaller than, I need a real skinny like Allen wrench. Because what I need to do is see, maybe this thing will work. But we're good. This is on point. This is ready to rock and roll. I mean, as far as testing goes, I mean, it's a freaking chassis brace. It either fits the truck or it don't. So I'm gonna go in here and I'm gonna look. And see, you see, but that's to the bottom of the hole. And you see, they got them right to the bottom of the hole. So if I could have gotten more threads, I would include hardware, because I did make sure that the hardware is sticking through the exact same amount so we can reuse the stock bolts. But I can't get any more threads. There's gonna be stuff behind there, guys. Like, I mean, I don't know if you can see what I'm looking at, but I mean, we might be, as we get deeper into this car, there may be some places that we can drill out and get longer screws in. But see, I can see the bottom of these holes. I know you guys can't see it, but I'm angling it just right, and I can see the bottom of those holes. But we're done here, guys. This is a success. I know I made it look super easy. I did a little bit of work in the background for clarity, but we're ready to rock and roll. All right, fellas, I just finished editing the mini Creighton video. I think it came out really good. It's pretty long because I took you with me all the way, but if you got this far, thank you so much for hanging out with me, and let's do it again.